shelter. The sun is up. It's going to be a beautiful day. Getting ready to pack up the hammock, and I got to go back down that hill and get water. So coming up that hill yesterday, there's a tree that's down. Stepping over that tree, I managed to roll my ankle. Stiffened up immediately, kind of swole up a little bit. So decided to just stay here yesterday and rest it. I'm going to try to do a 12-mile day today into Hot Springs. If I get close to the next shelter, which is 10 miles, I'll be happy with that. First 2.5 miles is uphill, tough, and then after that it's pretty much all downhill. I think there's another mile up. I don't see if you can see the bugs swarming, but it's really buggy here. It's been buggy everywhere. So it was 5 or 6 people slept in the shelter last night, and it was hilarious listening to all of the snoring and everything else. And you know, I'm really thankful to have my hammock out here. So anyway, I'm going to pack my food up, finish my breakfast and my coffee, and get on the road. Cheers, talk to you later. Beautiful morning to be hiking on the AT. Feel pretty good after getting up, getting ready and getting my shoes on, and ankle's a little stiff, and I think if anything it's just a little irritating, but I think it's going to loosen up as I hike along. But it's a nice morning. Looking forward to getting over the next climb. I think I've got 2.5 of hard hiking coming up, and then we got a bit of downhill for 5 miles or so, which will be nice. So hopefully that's gonna hold up well. Ankle will hold up well. I'm thinking it will. I'm gonna do a minimum of 10 today. I really don't care how long it takes me to do that 10. But I'm gonna keep going until I do that. I'm gonna get to the Deer Park shelter, and then I think Hot Springs is 2.9 miles from there. So depending on the daylight remaining when I get to Deer Park and the pain, if any, in my ankle, I may just cruise on into Hot Springs tonight. I'll make them call, see if there's any place open, and if not, get up early and cruise in first thing in the morning, and probably just do a Nero tomorrow. So anyway, that's the plan for today. Everybody knows no good plan survives first contact. So I've got 1.6 to my first water, and uncharacteristically of me, I left camp with only about a half a liter of water. It's not hot today. It's downhill for the first part of this. I didn't want to go back down that hill again and come back up and risk doing the same thing to my ankle. I don't know, probably a bit of a superstitious thing, but hopefully not a dumb decision. So let you know how things flesh out. All right, moving down the trail. Not a great gamble. There's water there, but there's going to be some work to get it. Looks like I found a little spot right there. Gotta fill up 2 liters. I've been pretty careful with my water bags, but I have sprung a leak right there. It's kind of a weird spot. So Sawyers are known, the Mylar bags are known to fail down here, but I'm not sure what got into that, because I'm very particular about where I put my bag and how I fold it up and everything. I always roll it. So anyway, it was a little bit of work to get some water there, so I'm going to put this bag away and get my other bag out and fill it up. So I'll be moving here shortly. Bet you I know what lives in there. Nice trail through here. Going up. Keeping an eye out for bears. This is the summit of Bluff Mountain. This is listed as a viewless summit, but I think this is pretty nice up here. It's just a nice top of the mountain, you know. There's some rocks, place to sit, eat, artist. You know, it's just a cool place. Don't always have to have a summit view to enjoy the summit of a mountain. This is one of the cooler ones though. I am feeling great. So rather than stop for a snack, I am going to keep going down the trail that way. My trekking poles are right there and ready to go. So more from the campsite down the hill. Coming down off of the summit up there. It's beautiful. Looking down at those trees, they look so small from up here. Didn't realize how much elevation we've gotten back up to, but it's beautiful to be back up this high again. This is the trail coming down, continuing down. It's really beautiful. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. Cheers. Look what walked up behind me. What a cute puppy. Hi. Is he? I bet. Oh, what a cutie. Border Collie. What's your trail name?
Stokes.
Stokes. I think, were you guys at Standing Bear the other
Yes.
night? I thought I saw her the morning I was leaving. Copine shows up. Ah, mademoiselle. Oh, so funny. How are you guys?
Hey.
So, after the Border Collie surprise, Capine, a little French, Canadian, Australian Shepherd, ran up behind me. That was so cute. She was quiet. I think she was paying me back for the other day when I snuck up on her. But it was cute. They, oh goodness, Quebec is her human's trail name. And the other day, when she got to Max Patch, she wasn't feeling well, so she called for a shuttle into Hot Springs. And then today they shuttled back to Max Patch, and she's slack packing with the doggy 20 miles today. It's pretty impressive. So they, needless to say, blew by me. But it was cool. It was cool seeing them, and the dog's so sweet. It just makes me miss home. All right. I've worked the last few days, being handsomely rewarded on the trek down into Hot Springs. It's downhill, but it's not too steep. Trail's nice and flat, not too many roots. Can't ask for nicer. Trees are just green enough to block out the sun. There's a nice breeze blowing. That's good living right there. This is a wonderful Saturday. Hope yours is the same. All right, more later. As I was walking along, feeling grateful, I forgot to mention some of the metrics from my first jaunt out here. I had doctor's appointment scheduled. That was one of the reasons that I was getting off trail when I did. It was basically a follow-up. But there were questions about weight loss, and medical appointment to the medical appointment when I was home this past time was 34 pounds of weight loss. My blood work was phenomenal, and my blood pressure was 122/78. So this is a good place to come get healthy. I wouldn't say I was completely unhealthy when I came out here as far as blood pressure and whatnot goes, but there was a considerable improvement in my blood work. So on a sad side, I used this external hard drive from my iPhone and removed about 60 or 70 gigabytes worth of raw video, photos, you know, whatnot from the very beginning. And when I plugged it into my Microsoft device, it said that it was corrupt. And I verified that everything transferred over to my external drive before I deleted everything from my iPhone. The big mistake I made was not getting it onto my computer before deleting it from my iPhone. So, aside from YouTube, I have lost all of the raw footage, video, iMovies, everything from the first go round. So I won't be making that mistake this time. But I'm happy that there's some great YouTube videos out there. I enjoyed watching my own videos when I was home. So anyway, that's about it for now. I'm going to keep going. Cheers. Finally, a name on the AT that makes some sense. Big Rock Spring. Big Rock. Lots of big rocks. It's beautiful up in here. Trail goes that way for the spring. Sorry, that's just too much movement. And the AT goes right down there. It's very green in here. It's beautiful. So, All right, hope I didn't make anybody sick with that last segment. Cheers. All right, trail's coming downhill. And right here, yeah, yep, definitely. AT Bear Cave. Don't see any eyes poking out at me. That's pretty cool. All right, it's a huge rock. Pretty neat. All right, I'll leave them alone. It's a cool spot here. I've been looking at this route for a little while. As you get closer to it, that is naturally occurring in the route. And from a distance back here, it looked like the AT symbol. But if you look closely, that's a naturally occurring spin in the route. That is pretty cool, my friends. Okay, all right, folks. Tragedy has struck. Coming down the trail, looked at these flowers, stepped in that hole, and almost went down that hill. Instead, what took the brunt of it? My sore left ankle. So, take a breather here for a minute. I thought I had broken it. It was scary. So, I got a woodpecker keeping me company up there. I'm going to wait here for a few minutes and see if this pain goes away a little bit, and then keep moving. But dang it. That hole. All right. Thank you, Trail Angel, whoever did that. Beautiful flowing little stream. See if I can't pull one off right there. Ah, something for us older hikers, so we don't have to bend over so far. All right, gonna fill up on water. Sitting having a little lunch. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got 3.5 miles, I think, 3.6 to the shelter. And if I was ambitious, 5 and some change into town. So I think that shelter is going to be the next intermediate stopping point for me. There was a Sobo hiker this morning that cautioned that the water was a long ways from the shelter, and looking on gut hooks, it doesn't even indicate that there's water at the shelter. So I'm going to stop 2 miles before the shelter and pick up 4 liters of water. That'll be enough to get me to the shelter, enough for my evening routine, enough for my morning routine, and enough water to probably get into hot springs in the morning, or to continue on tonight. But there's a water source between the shelter and I think hot springs. But from the shelter to hot springs is 2.9, I believe. So I'm kind of getting eaten by the bugs here. I was enjoying my corn nuts and combos for lunch. They left me alone for a little while, but it's a beautiful day. Ankle's a little stiff from the hole that I stepped in a little bit ago, but for all in all, it's doing okay. It's got a weird sensation to it, but I don't know. I think it's comes with the territory with these old ankles, but I will live with it and move along. All right, I'm gonna get cranking here. I've got a 0.6 climb, I think. It's not too significant, but it's a bit of a climb. And then I think that water's at 0.7. I may have that backwards, but I know the water I think is at 0.7 because I think I've got about a 2-mile carry once I pick that water up. But anyway, I think everything's good for now, so more later. All right, to say the least, that last water source was dismal. I got 2 liters, so that'll last me. Worst case scenario, I gotta take that hike from the shelter. I do not think I've got the gas to get to town, but I'm gonna climb, so once I'm going down the other side of that climb, I may feel a little bit better. So, all right, more from the top. Cheers. Not exactly any views this afternoon, but it's really beautiful to look out through there, to see the trees. Still heading towards the shelter. I think I got about 1.5 miles to go, maybe a little more. Trail's nice. It's downhill again. It's a good thing. thinking about town again. We'll see once I get to the shelter. So this is the greatest trail magic I've found yet. These two fellas right here hiked in from the Deer Creek shelter all the way into Hot Springs. I'm brain dead. And brought pizza back. They're section hikers, but that's an awesome treat.